Hello, welcome to the Midlands Outdoors channel with Exploring the Black Country. Join me as we go and explore a former sand and gravel pit that was worked during the 19th century. Wow, what a place, Norton Covert. Many years ago during the 19th century, sand and gravel was quarried here, going round in a loop. I know in the old days as well, there was a shooting range over here. I believe it's from World War One to World War Two. It's got some really cool features. You can see evidence where they mined over here from the side of the walls and several bits and pieces. But what I love about Norton Covert is it's surrounded with wildlife. It's an industrialised past where nature has really reclaimed this place. The area known as Norton Covert was a former sand and gravel pit. Looking at the old OS maps dating from 1888 to 1915, we can see the area covered by the industrialised activity. The sand and gravel extracted was used for building sand and aggregate. During World War I and II, it is believed there was a rifle range used by the Starbridge Rifle Club. We can clearly see that on the old OS maps. The area is now reclaimed by nature, making it into a perfect place for a nice walk, for the history, scenery and more. So right, this is the best evidence I can give you from the 19th century to when they mined here. We can sort of see what there was after is all this sand and also the gravel what stuck between. It's really amazing to see that the way they cut it all the way this way. And you can see where I put my hand, the amount of sand and the gravel what's under the ground. It's really amazing to see this. I did read on the board there something to do with the desert and the ice age, how old the land is altogether, what formed all the sand and also the gravel. If we head down, I'll go and show you the land and see what else it's actually got to offer. There might even be more evidence over here to where they mined from. Wow, this is what I really call nature reclaiming on industrial landscape. The whole land is covered with trees, covered with plants and several bits and pieces. It's really stunning over here. And the ground to where we're standing, there is even more evidence to where they mined from, with all the sand and gravel scattered all over the floor. There's some really cool features over here, and just up the hill banks up here, there's even more evidence of the more sand and gravel. Wow, the hills are very steep at parts up here, but you can sort of see what I mean. The amount of sand and all the gravel on the floor. So there's tons of it scattered all the way around the woodland in several bits and pieces. But you can sort of see the views there to where they're quarried from, a massive dip in this corner and also behind there. Wow, let's go and journey around and go and show you more cinematics of Norton Covert. The wildlife over here is really thriving, and if I'm lucky, I might get some really good shots of the wildlife while we're going around. So right, to where we're standing now is believed where the rifle range is according to the very old Ordnance Survey maps. The targets for it are by the entrance to where we're coming for Norton Covert. You can sort of see that on the maps at the moment. I mean, the landscape in front of me has really changed from like a little quarry area into a vast open woodland now. It's got some really stunning scenery over here. So let's go and show you this in front and go and show you the surroundings. Wow, what a stunning part of the walk, seeing how all the scenery's changed from the hilly parts to where the sand and gravel is to a vast open woodland now. I just love scenery like this on walks, how it all changes so your walks are never boring. If you've never been to Norton Covert, then it's definitely worth to come and check out. I will drop the postcode towards the end of the video so you can come down to here. Right away in front of me I can see more hilly parts to where they even quarried from. I'll go and show you that in a little second. But it's really thriving with wildlife. I do love woodland parts. They've got so much to offer to see. Just right away in front we can sort of see that steep hilly bank to where they even quarried from. I believe you could probably find more evidence of the sand and gravel over there. And also the very old trees sticking right away up, giving evidence of how old the woodland really is. I have noticed through the gaps of the trees over there some more beautiful scenery. You can imagine how far the quarry really does date to. In the 19th century, to when all this was even quarried, I believe it all began just by the burial ground right away over there, come all the way this way and then ended towards the woodland part to where we come in for Norton Covert. So many years of mining, it's mad to think the way it was from then to the way it is now, how it's really all changed. I will go and head down that way before we loop all the way around and come back to the entrance from where we come from over there to finalise the video. But let's get you some more nice cinematics of Norton Covert. There's so much more to see and it's got a lot of things to offer from the scenery, the wildlife and the history. Wow, there's definitely some stunning scenery over here. You can sort of see that steep hilly part by the side, how it stretches all the way from where we come from, then leads this way. I mean, when looking at that part there, it does make you wonder to where we're standing. I bet in the old days, before all this was even quarried, would have been standing a little bit more higher up, because the top of there would have matched to the other side from where we come from, being a bit more higher land. It's mad to think how many years of quarrying went on here from the burial ground all the way to where we started. I will come back later in the video to tell you more about the mine here, to how high the ground actually was. On the other side you can sort of see a big massive steep part going right away to the top. So I reckon before all this was even quarried one more time, this ground was even more higher up. I think we're coming closer to the end of the woodland now, so let's go and journey on and get the rest of the cinematics of Norton Covert. Right, we've actually made it to the end of Norton Covert where the burial ground is. I believe this is actually where the quarry originated from. It's mad to think it started here but went all the way that way to the other side. So it's actually quite a bit of a walk to get to where we come from on the entrance. But wow, what a place, really amazing scenery. Right away in front of me, if I quickly show you this, there's even more sand and gravel sticking out the side of the walls. But we can sort of see all this sand and gravel sticking right away out from the original part of the quarry here. So the burial ground is right away behind that wall. Wow, what I'm going to do now is go and journey all the way around. Let's go have a walk through Norton Covert on the other side and then go towards the entrance. I'll quickly get the old Ordnance Survey maps up one more time so you can sort of see to where the mine actually starts from, where the burial ground is, and also the Ordnance Survey maps of the land surrounding all the area to when it was actually quarried in the 19th century. It's amazing to look back at the maps to see the way it was from then to the way it's actually changed now into a haven for wildlife. What I wanted to show you is right away in front. We can sort of see there's a massive drop going right away to the bottom. Going back earlier when we was talking about the land and how high it possibly would have been, I reckon before all this was even quarried, to where we're standing is the original part of the land. So they dug all the ground going right away to the bottom there. So originally where we were standing right away over that side would have been much more higher up before the 19th century. It's mad to think all these years of quarrying here has led to the ground, what you can see right away in front. What I think I'm going to do now is have a 5-minute break, get my lunch, and then we'll head all the way out of Norton Covert and get the rest of the cinematics to end the video. But I'll tell you what a place. If you've never been here, then go into the description of the video. I will drop the links for the postcode so you can come and check this out. I bet there's even more things over here if you explore the other sides of the land. But all it is just a haven for wildlife. It's a woodland surrounded with all these different trees and bits and pieces. It's nice to see, you know, an industrialised past, how it's all been reclaimed by that nature. I will see you soon for more Exploring the Black Country. Hope you've enjoyed this one. It's not a big video overall, but it's a short one to show you Norton Covert and what it's actually all about, an important part to the history of the Black Country. So see you soon, the Midlands Outdoors out, and enjoy the rest of the cinematics.